The National Assembly opened its first government questioning session of the year on Monday. The three-day interpellation period covers a wide range of state issues from foreign diplomacy to the economy and has already begun to spark heated exchanges between parties. Our Moon Hye-ryeon joins me in the studio to tell us more. Welcome back, Hye-ryeon.
Good evening, Dami.
So, Hye-ryeon, tell us about this year's first interpellation session and what happened yesterday.
So, for those unfamiliar, an interpellation session is where members of the National Assembly question top government officials, from the Prime Minister to cabinet ministers and officials, on their policies and performance. This three-day session started off yesterday and will continue to Wednesday, addressing a wide range of different issues. On Monday, lawmakers focused on politics, diplomacy, unification and national security. Today, lawmakers centered their questions around the economy. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, the focus will be on culture, society and education. This is the second government Q&A session under the administration, but as the first took place in the fall of 2025, where discussions were heavily focused on early administration issues such as the fallout from the December 3rd martial law declaration. This is essentially the first comprehensive evaluation of the administration under the assumption of normal governance. Furthermore, with the session taking place just a week before Seollal, South Korea's Lunar New Year holiday, lawmakers are seeing it as the first major opportunity to seize the initiative in shaping public opinion. On the first day, a debate quickly centered on questions regarding the Trump administration's plan to reimpose higher tariffs, as lawmakers passed a motion that approves the formation of a special committee to discuss a bill to support Korean investment in the U.S. The committee will consist of 16 members and will be active until March 9th.
Now, Hye-ryeon, what about today's session? Do give us a recap of day two.
So today's session zeroed in on economic issues with the country's economy, trade and budget ministers all in attendance. Opposition lawmakers continue to press the government on concerns surrounding rising U.S. tariff pressures, such as the fact that South Korea's top trade officials have not been able to meet with their American counterparts during their recent visit to Washington, and that the government may not be taking U.S. concerns over non-tariff barriers strongly enough.
Amid the critical South Korea-U.S. tariff talks, the government must restore trust in the bilateral relationship.
Prime Minister Kim Min-seok acknowledged these concerns but argued that Trump's tariff threats are largely negotiating pressure, noting that no formal steps have yet been taken and that the government is managing talks despite structural disadvantages.
It is clearly pressure, and it is a burden for us, but it is not something that happened because we did something wrong.
He also added that the government's assessment is that the tariff pressure has resurfaced as a result of legislative delays cited by Trump, rather than non-tariff barriers. Meanwhile, ruling party lawmakers highlighted the administration's achievements, such as South Korea's benchmark KOSPI, surpassing the 5,000 mark, and rising exports in sectors such as semiconductors, shipbuilding, and the defense industry.
While the KOSPI reaching 5,000 is a major achievement, it won't create a virtuous capital market cycle unless it feeds into the venture and innovation sector.
Now, Hye-ryeon, we do have one more day to go in the three-day session. What can we expect in the days to come?
So tomorrow, the National Assembly will focus its questions on culture, society and education. A plenary session is also due to open on Thursday, where lawmakers are expected to process livelihood-related bills following bipartisan agreements to handle legislation that had been agreed upon in advance. The DP plans to negotiate with the opposition to pass as many non-controversial bills as possible, with more than 120 bills currently pending. If only non-contentious bills are handled on the 12th, clashes over disputed legislation are expected to be postponed until after the Lunar New Year holiday, with the DP planning a separate plenary session later in the month to address contentious bills.
I see. Hye-ryeon, thank you for your report tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.